Imagine this situation. An electronic board needs repair, but the lesson is not about rushing into the task. It is about describing the tool accurately and respecting the safety sequence. A responsible user checks the area, holds the insulated handle, keeps the hot tip in its stand, and never treats heat or fire as a joke. Today we are going to examine a soldering iron closely and learn how to describe it in clear, natural American English. The goal is not only to name the object. The goal is to explain what it looks like, what it feels like, how the important parts work, how the hands interact with it, and how to describe the complete actions safely from beginning to end. A soldering iron is used for heating solder so trained users can join or repair small electronic connections. It is long and narrow, with a thicker insulated handle and a much smaller pointed or chisel-shaped tip. It is made from a heat-resistant handle connected to a metal shaft and tip, usually with a power cord or charging base. Its visible appearance usually includes a handle, metal shaft, heated tip, cord or power connection, and a separate stand. In the hand or during use, it may feel the handle should feel firm and insulated. The metal tip becomes extremely hot and must never be touched. Notice the difference between describing a fact and describing a sensation. You can say, it is made of a particular material. That identifies what the object is. You can say, it feels smooth, firm, cool, or slightly rough. That explains the physical experience of touching or handling it. You can also compare expectation and reality. It feels lighter than it looks, or it feels sturdier than I expected. A basic description names the object. A clearer description adds its purpose. A detailed description adds shape, material, texture, and one visible feature. For example, a basic sentence is, "This is a soldering iron." A better sentence is, "This is a soldering iron used for heating solder so trained users can join or repair small electronic connections." A more detailed version is, "This soldering iron is long and narrow, with a thicker insulated handle and a much smaller pointed or chisel-shaped tip. It has a handle, metal shaft, heated tip, cord or power connection, and a separate stand." The detailed version gives the listener a picture without using unnecessarily difficult language. Now let us name the important parts naturally. The main parts include insulated handle, metal shaft, heated tip, power cord or charging connection, switch or control if included, and protective stand. Do not simply memorize the labels. Connect each part to its position and function. Ask yourself, where is it? What does it look like? What does it do? Which part does the hand touch? This turns passive vocabulary into usable speaking language. Precise verbs make the explanation much clearer. Heat up means become hotter. Plug in means connect a device to electrical power. Unplug means disconnect it from electrical power. Grip means hold the safe handle firmly. Rest means place something in a supported position. Cool down means become less hot. Attach means join one part to another. Similar verbs are not always interchangeable. A general verb may communicate the idea, but the precise verb shows the direction, force, and purpose of the movement. Instead of saying, "I do something to it," describe the actual action and the result. Here is the physical sequence. First, place the iron in its stand. Next, check that the cord and work area are clear. Then hold only the insulated handle. After that, turn it on or connect power according to the model. At this point, allow the tip to heat while it remains in the stand. While doing this, use it only with proper training and ventilation. Once that is complete, return it to the stand immediately. Finally, turn it off, unplug it, and let it cool completely. This sequence uses cause and effect naturally. You hold one part steady because that prevents slipping. You line parts up so they move correctly. You use gentle pressure first, otherwise you may damage the object or lose control. Once the action is complete, you check that the object is secure and return it to a safe position. Hand position language is especially useful. You can say, place your thumb on the surface. Wrap your fingers around the safe part. Support the base. Keep it upright. Hold it steady with one hand while the other hand moves the smaller part. Move it toward you. Push it away from you. Apply a little pressure. Line it up before you continue. These chunks sound natural because they explain both position and movement. Safety is part of a complete description. A soldering iron can cause serious burns and should be used only by a trained adult or under qualified supervision. Never touch the metal shaft or tip. Use a proper stand, keep flammable materials away, work in a ventilated area, and unplug the tool before leaving it unattended. A strong English explanation does not only tell someone what to do, it also explains why. Use phrases such as, "This prevents damage." That way, it will not slip. Keep your fingers away from the unsafe part. Do not force it if it feels stuck. Make sure it is secure before you continue. Let us upgrade the language step by step. A simple version is I use it. A clearer version is I hold it and move the correct part. A stronger version is I hold the main body steady with one hand and use the other hand to control the moving part. A detailed version adds direction and result. I line it up carefully, apply gentle pressure, and continue until it moves into the correct position. This is the kind of development that helps with PET and FCE speaking because it combines accuracy, sequence, and detail. Natural spoken English also uses short cause-and-effect chunks. I keep it steady because I do not want it to slip. I move slowly so I can stay in control. I check the position before I continue. Once it is secure, I finish the action. While I am using it, I watch the moving parts. After I finish, I put it back in place. These connectors make the description sound organized rather than like a disconnected list. Common mistakes usually come from choosing a verb that is too general, using too much force in the description, or skipping the final safety step. Avoid saying only, I open it, I do it, or I put it there when a more precise action is available. Also avoid adding details that you cannot actually observe. When the design may vary, say, depending on the version, or describe only the parts you can see. Here is one complete real-life model. I examine a soldering iron without touching the metal end. The tool has a thick insulated handle, a narrow metal shaft, a heated tip, and a power cord. Before power is connected, I place it securely in a heat-resistant stand and clear the area around it. A trained user grips only the handle and keeps fingers far from the metal parts. After use, the iron goes straight back into the stand. It is turned off, unplugged, and left alone until it has cooled completely. The tip may still look harmless, but it can remain hot for several minutes. Now listen to a short action sequence. I place a narrow electrical tool in a heat-resistant holder, connect it to power, hold only its insulated section, return it to the holder after use, disconnect the power, and wait for the metal end to become safe. The actions are place in the stand, plug in, grip, return, unplug, and cool down. The value of this challenge is that the verbs create a mental picture. When you hear the direction, the hand position, and the result, you can identify the object and the action even before the object is named. The next time you describe this object, begin with its purpose, move to shape and material, name the main parts, explain the action in sequence, and finish with one safety point. Use precise verbs, natural chunks, and clear cause and effect. That approach will make your English more accurate, more visual, and much easier for another person to follow.